Okay, good morning, guys. I'm still a little bit in bed. I promised last night that I would reveal what I found when I was looking at the credit score population because now that I've risen, like my credit wristband has gone up to good, I'm looking at like the population, that's provided by Equifax and TransUnion, and it's a little bit disheartening because it still seems like the majority of the population has like excellent credit score. And I'm scratching like, then what's the problem? Because if you're not looking at that and you're just reading stuff in the media in various sources, we got to tone down our debt. We got to improve our credit score. Like the average credit score for the general population is like, let's say 704, right? 700, around 700, 704. So good. But then if you but then if you look further into it, it seems like the actual credit score in some places will say the average is like 750 or even 800. Like it's like what the hell's going on? Um, so what I looked into it, and what's happening is that when they say the median credit score is 750, which is really good, very good. 80% of the people, I'm gonna say like the majority, say 80%. I'm gonna just use a number to illustrate my point. The majority of the people with a credit score of higher than 750 are old people. The majority are old people. So if you are like in your 40s, like I am, there's only a few people in their 40s with a credit score greater than 750. So 50% of the population have a credit score greater than 750. That is true. But the majority of them are really old. That is to say, if you're 30 years old, you're not going to date them. Like they're your parents' friends. They're even your grandparents' friends. So, people like you, people like me, right? People like me, people like you, in our 20s, 30s, 40s, we look at 750, 50% of the population has a score greater than 750. We think, wow, the dating pool is going to be great. It isn't, because the majority of those people, 80%, 75%, right, whatever it is, majority of them are old timers. So the whole point is when you're living your life, rarely will you meet someone your own age with a credit score greater than 750 because the majority of them are old, not our age. All right. And then what about young people? People like in their 20s. And a lot of people are like, young people forget about young people. But this seems to be where the concern about inequality, the concern about job security is really taking hold, because among young people in their 20s, we see the biggest difference in credit score. Now, it's not something to be stigmatized about. It's not something to be ashamed of, because if you think back in your 20s, what it was like, some people found what they want to do the rest of their life. Others have not. It's kind of like that situation, right? Or some people just knew they wanted to work for this specific company doing this thing for the rest of their life. Others like, no, right? And so that's why you see, that's how I explain the biggest difference in credit score is within this 20-year-old age group. And the biggest difference is like half of them have a like I'm just gonna say like poor, fair to poor, right? Like mediocre credit score. And the other half literally have like an excellent, like very good credit score. And it's just those two groups. Like either you're fair and you're poor, or you're excellent in your 20s. So if you're in your 20s and you're out there, the odds are, every other person, every second person, 50% have a good credit, great, very good credit score. The other person don't. But the thing with 20-year-olds are like they don't really care because you know what they're all about. They're all about finding their own thing, right? Their own money, right? Their own job, their own path in life. So some have found it and some have not. And those who haven't found it, well, they don't really care. Like, you want to work for Goldman Sachs, you want to work in a hospital, whatever. I don't care. Good for you, right? And then you're paying off all your debts and stuff. Good for you, right? The other half, like, I got to figure out what I want to do. So that's in their 20s. Now, let me recap, right? If you're old and gray, right, your credit score looks like a hill. Like the most of the people are on the good end, right? Excellent credit score. Only a few, for whatever reason, have really poor credit score. Like it's like a hill. And then if you're in your 20s, it's like a step. It's like just like a step, like boom, and then all of a sudden boom, like that. It's like a step, like this, and then like this, right? And these people are like, I gotta figure out what I want to do the rest of my life. And these people are like, yeah, I knew from day one what I wanted to do. That's what you're saying. And the inequality is biggest here. Though, inequality becomes more of a problem the older you get. Because imagine if you're 20 and you're like, okay, I'm 20 years old. But by the time if you're at 60 and it's still like that, that's a serious problem. But the inequality is highlighted among 20-year-olds. It's a step. I don't know what I want to do. I figured that I always wanted to do this since I was a kid. So that's why you see the credit score is like a step, right? You get to your 60s, it's still like that. You got a serious problem. And then old people, it's like a hill, right? Most of them got excellent credit score, and then just a few got really poor credit score for whatever reason. So it's like a hill. It's gentle, sloping hill. And then at my age, from 30 to like say 55, right? So that includes millennials, slackers, and a little bit of baby boomers. So it's a little bit confusing. It's actually quite a big group. Past your 20s, but not yet retired at 65. So it's actually quite a big group. It's from your 30s to say 55, 55. So you got millennials, slackers, and baby boomers. The credit score, is it like a gently, rolling slope? No, it's like this. It's just like a leveled water. It's just like this. So what you see is among 30-year-old millennials, 40-year-old slackers, and like 55-year-old baby boomers, right? Whoever you meet out there could have a really bad credit score or really excellent credit score. It's really a crapshoot. So so let's recap the whole thing. Among 20-year-olds, you know, if you're inclined to date 20-year-olds, some people have found what they wanted to do. And not yet, I mean. So their credit score's down here, right? Right. Living at home, gonna do part time or whatever. Or you're thinking about doing another degree, whatever. So their credit score's down here. The other one's like, I knew from day one what I wanted to do. Now I'm working, paying off my bills. So you see this step, right? Boom and boom, right? So find a 20-year-old doctor, right? Boom and boom. That's a job. Not a 20-year-old model. Go for a 20-year-old doctor. Boom and boom. Among the like what do they call like the silver gray, like retired silver gray people, it is generally it's like a slope, or like a steep slope, like a steep slope. So most of them have excellent credit score, and then it's like a steep slope, and a few of them have really bad credit score, just a minority of them. And then among 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, you see this sort of like this level, right? From bad to excellent. It's just this level. It's not like this. And it's not like this. This means the credit score has gone down, right? But it's all so it's a bad situation. But it's not bad either. It's just like this. It's not like this. It's just like this. So if you're 30, 40, 50, and you're out there dating, like the game can run from really bad credit score to really excellent credit score. It's just like this. So what you gotta resort to is either dating a really old person or dating like a 20-year-old doctor. If you really want someone with good like excellent credit score. Because from 30, 40, 50, it's just like this. And you can end up with somebody with a really bad credit score or really excellent credit score. Because it's just like this and all in between. It's just like this. That's what I found in credit score analysis. And that explains why, even with a good credit score, it's like 50% or more of the 57% of the population higher than me. But guess what? Most of them are old and gray or 20-year-old doctors, because the rest of my age group is like this. From really poor credit score to really excellent. It's just like this. So that's my credit score analysis. I'll add this to my blog, TheCultureProof.com, along with graphs taken from Equifax website itself, Equifax or FICO. I forgot. I'm still in bed. Equifax or FICO, and then I add this commentary. All right. Have a good day.